Hello everybody, so you'll never guess what we're doing today. Oh, you did. Correct, we are baling. So today is a bit of a funny video. We are baling our own straw, and also in this video we will be having some footage of the combine working yesterday. As everybody in the UK knows, it's a very tricky harvest season. Lots of rain and a very few dry sunny days. But we were lucky enough to get the combine yesterday. So he came in yesterday, cut everything in a day, but as soon as he'd started, I went home and got the baler prepared and got ready to start baling. And what had he done? He'd done one field, he was into the second field by the time I got back with the baler, and the baler did nothing but misbehave all afternoon. So I didn't do any baling filming yesterday, but did get a little bit of combine. So when things aren't going well and there's rain coming, there just isn't time to mess about filming stuff. But we did catch the combine with the drone briefly, and I also did something I've never done before, and that is move a header off a combine between one field and the next. So I'll put that in now. Here is combine. Right, so the combine has got one or half of one pass now in the second field and the biggest field. So I have to now jump on the other tractor that has got the header trailer on and move him into the last field. just bailing over some ruts there caused by the sprayer. Right, so anyway, so I have never ever moved a combine header, so I don't know what I'm going to do. So I might just stick the camera somewhere and just let it run, because he's going to have to tell me what to do, make sure I don't mess everything up. So here we go, on the move. So that all took place yesterday, and I did get 16 acres baled yesterday, and just left the final 7 to do now. So the wheat yields we were hoping for, or aiming for, as a second wheat was 3 tonnes an acre is what I wanted to get. So the combine yield monitor measured at between 7 and 7.5 tonnes to the hectare. The biggest field was the lower yield, and the 2 smaller fields did slightly more. So all in all, I reckon we've averaged out just around about, or maybe a smidge under, 3 tonnes to the acre. So we've done okay, considering we had very little rain in June. So the one thing you will notice more than any in the drone footage of the combine was the amount of grass weeds in the bottom of the corn. That was down to the fact we didn't spray for grass weeds, because you may remember back in April we announced that we wouldn't be combining this year, we would be cutting the wheat as whole crop. So we didn't put the grass herbicide on early in the year. Things changed after first cut silage, when we ended up with a much bigger cut than we were expecting, and we simply didn't have clamp space put whole crop in. This whole crop needs to be within a concrete clamp or a clamp of some sort, otherwise you get all kinds of rodent problems. And when we were and our second clamp, or the smaller clamp, was way more than halfway full at the end of the first cut. We simply didn't have room to put any whole crop in. So that is when decisions changed and we were going to combine. So that's why the grass is in the bottom. This field is a little bit weedy, a little bit grassy here. But it's not as bad as the middle field. So the problem yesterday with the baler was all down to the net wrap system. So on this baler, when the net, as you've been hearing, when we get to pressure, the box beeps, we stop, and then it automatically feeds in the wrap. In order to do that, there is a permanently running pulley running off one of the rollers, and on that is an electric clutch or electromagnetic clutch that locks together, and then that feeds the wrap in. When I started yesterday, that clutch wouldn't let go. It was feeding all the time, constantly putting that into the baler, which is not what we want. Anyway, finally managed to get that sorted out. I think that was down to a dirty connection. And then once that was running properly, the net wouldn't feed in. It just kept snapping and tearing. But with a bit of perseverance, eventually it sorted itself out. So I came to the conclusion this baler's not been used for a month at least, could be 5 weeks. And I was wondering if the net wrap slightly degraded in daylight. Because although the baler is stored dry in the shed, it is not stored in the dark. And it seemed the problem of the tearing went away once the outside of the roll had been used up. So whether that's just a silly idea or whether it's actually what happened, I don't know. But it seems to be going well now, apart from when you reset, the knife is reset by the action of the door opening, and it doesn't always reset fully, so I have to give the door a second little shunt just to make sure the knife resets properly. Other than that, we're going quite well. So there we go, we will leave the video here for now. It's not the video I wanted to make, but when the pressure's on, got to do the best we can. But there we go. So that is this. Alright, so that is our own straw baled now. But what we have to, next job, I have to go on and bale the straw that we've brought in off a neighbour. So that's about 35 acres. So we'll be on with that now. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.